Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome to the USA Legends 4x map, our live stream this evening. With us this evening we have got Lossing P, we've got Jimmy J, we've got Smoodilini, we've got Bremple, we've got Petro Grace Mark, we've got Ryder, and there was another one. There was a young Leon kicking around here somewhere, but I don't know where he's gone. So anyway, we've got those people with us this evening on the stream. I'm just going to bring up the map down there, so maybe we can see him. Oh, no, he's not on there. So anyway, those people are with us. We've got a whole host of people in the chat. I will say hello to you all in a minute. We've got various different jobs all lined up. I'm going to let them get on with their various jobs. They can go and do what they need to do. I've got a job that I've been set, which I will get to in a minute. I would just like to say that this stream, this whole live stream, this multiplayer setup that we got would not be possible without the backing of Nitrado Gaming servers. They provide the server that we use. They provide it to us to use free of charge. If you are considering getting a gaming server of any kind for this or for Ark, I believe they do Minecraft. There are a few other games that they do as well. Go and check them out. There is a link to their website in the description down below. They are definitely worth a look. We run a farming simulator server that is able to be used by anybody on our Discord 24/7, and it's all thanks to Nitrado. One more thing before I go into too much. Actually, I'm supposed to be... Oh, I'm going to join the farm. That would be a good start. And then I'm going to look in here. I'm supposed to be doing some harvesting of barley, I think. Harvesting of something. So I need to get a combine. So I'm going to go to the Oh, here we go. We've got to the combines. I'm going to... Well, last time I used the blue one, but I had a lot of people saying they wanted me to use this black one. So I'm going to use the black one this time. There we go. We've got a yellow header on it. That's fine. So I will head towards the field that I'm supposed to be doing. And I'll just say hello to Bite Moose, Ryder, Danish, Execute Boy Gamer, Critical Gamer, Eric King, Hunter Graves, Pro Gamer, Myopic Illumination, Shane Cohen, White Ninja 066, Ryan Branger, Bim Bam Gaming, Nameless AoE, Yurik Davies, Cernian, Nick Brown, Uppsala Hasa Markstedt. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. It is absolutely fantastic to see you all here. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. I will just say though, I'm a wee bit tired today. And when I say a wee bit tired, I mean I'm absolutely exhausted because unfortunately my youngest son developed a stomach bug and was up most of the night from, I don't know which way, I think I need to go this way to get out. He was up most of the night sort of removing the contents of his stomach. And I have, in honor of the evening that I spent, I've worn a shirt this evening to match the color of something that I seen a lot of last night. It wasn't particularly pleasant. It had also meant that I had hardly any sleep at all. I am absolutely shattered. I am genuinely exhausted today. So if I really start to flag, I will cut the stream short rather than just sit here just sort of going, oh, because I've been feeling a bit like this all day, but I am going to try and stay on point and stay kind of lively, and I'm hoping that I can do it. I've been resting for the afternoon. I wasn't able to get any sleep, but I have at least had some rest, and I'm hoping that everything will be all right for the 2-hour duration of the stream. We will see. So anyway, yes, it was not pleasant. It wasn't pleasant for anybody involved. But I thought it appropriate to wear this shirt. I definitely thought that this shirt, I've not worn this colour shirt before, so this I feel that it was definitely appropriate. We can pay homage to the wonderful sights that I seen last night. Sights that no man should ever have to see. No person at all should ever have to see. Right. I will dump that one there. And then as I spin round this way like this, and on we go round like that, then I can pick everything up. Who else have we got joining us? We've got David Shiphorst. We've got Richard O'Brien. We've got... Hang on, let me do that. There we go. Michael Burke. Did I say David Coalfield? Hello, if I didn't. Bowen. Good morning, Bowen. Critical Gamer. Nick Brown. And... Right. Hello, welcome to the stream. Bowen, your shirt is yellow. Yeah, my son was extremely ill last night. Extremely ill. So, yeah, I was sort of dealing with that last night, and it wasn't particularly wonderful. Now, we've got a great big field here. I'm going to head off down the field. I'm going to go all the way down this way, he says, physically pointing his finger down this way, and then realizing actually nobody can see where he's pointing his finger. I'm going to go down this way. I'm doing this job here with the young man in the combine over there, who is Bremple. Bremple is doing the combining over there. I'm going to run down this side, and then I will run back up the other side. We've got Lossing P over there, who is doing the road train, taking all of the grain away from us, ferrying it off to store or to be sold, something along those lines. And I think this is going to be some fun. I do think we're going to have some fun tonight, although we're missing strips of grain. Okay, this combine is a little bit sensitive. It's because of the speed. I remember this now from last time when I was using the blue one. It's extremely sensitive with the speed that we're able to travel because we're using Stevie mods. Bring that down there like that. We'll keep ignoring the bits up there. Is that cotton harvesters whizzing around the round field? That is cotton harvesters whizzing around the round field at the moment. Right, on we go again. I'm going to do once all the way round this field. And then, I don't know if Bremple is doing a line up through there. I think he might be using the GPS. Bowen, thank you very much. Domino's or 4-star? I have no idea what 4-star is. Domino's is the pizza place, isn't it? 4-star, I've never heard of 4-star. Anyway, thank you very much for your support, sir. It's absolutely fantastic of you. No, I genuinely have no idea who 4-star was, or who it is, or what it is. I've never heard of it. But Domino's I have heard of, and I have had Domino's before. I have had them once or twice. Not very often, because there's no Domino's anywhere near me. So, you know, it's sort of a rare treat that we have very occasionally. There is, incidentally, in our local large hospital, which is about a half an hour's drive from us. Well, actually, it's more like 50 minutes drive from us. In our local hospital, just to the side of the hospital, there is actually a Domino's pizza shop. So very occasionally, if we go there for Sen and it's a particularly long and arduous appointment for whatever reason, I will order it. We will pick up a pizza on the way back through. But she's, yeah, well, we don't do that very often though, because it is quite expensive. So I'm not sure who, I'm not sure about that. I do know that 4-star petrol, used to have 4-star petrol, and I used to have vehicles that ran on 4-star petrol as well. That was a long time ago, that was. Very long time ago. Who else have we got? Seriously confused, darn it, I can't wash today. I got straw to hold today for my cows. Somebody did ask what time. Oh, Nick Brown, Frith, what time is it for you? It's currently 2 o'clock in Minnesota. For me, over here in the UK, it is 8 o'clock. Exactly 8 o'clock in the evening right now. And, right, Bremple is whizzing up through there. Now, is he using the GPS? If he's using the GPS, I'm going to wait for him to come back up here. And then if he goes and, like, skips a row, then I'll see if I can manually drive up the row taking the other one. If he's not if he's not using GPS on it, then that's fine. We'll just both head down the field. I will let him take the lead, and then I'll follow him down. But yeah, my time right now is 8 o'clock, so for me, it's 8 o'clock in the evening until 10 o'clock in the evening is when I do the live stream. Bramble is almost full of grain, which means that we're going to need a pickup any second. Although, no, we don't have crop destruction on, so that's not going to matter. So I let Bramble turn round. He's going to do what he's going to do. If he's on the... He might be on the GPS, because he was sort of going part way onto the side of the field just now. I'll let him go. Whichever he goes, I will then follow on down. Right, we're going to go over this way, and we're going to go beside him. Over here, like this. Oh, he's full. And he's trying to take me out. He's trying to take me out. Look at that. Look. Savage attack, that was. Right, on we go. Both of us, side by side. Brothers in arms. As we go racing down across the field. There we go. Okay, this is good. Except that he's going to fill up completely in a minute. And then, you know what's going to happen, don't you? He's going to stop, and I'm going to go right into the back of him. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to go right into the back of him. Going to have to... I'm just sort of looking down through the chat again. Tom Gamer, Le Gamer. There's lots of gamers tonight. We've got a lot of Probox Gamer. Hi, Frithgar. Love your time lapses. Keep up the good work, man. Jempy, good evening. Critical Gamer, Richard O'Brien, how are you, Frith? I'm not too bad. Like I said earlier, I am absolutely exhaustipated at the moment because of being up all night. But other than that, not too bad. Right, if I go up like that, there, and I spread the straw right out, Bremple then goes in, like that, and then I go up beside him, and oh, I thought he had the beacons on because he was nearly full of grain. He's got beacons on because he had them going up the road, or he's just got beacons on. Some people will use beacons in the fields anyway, just kind of so, like when it's long distance, it's so that easier to spot in the distance when you're in sort of clouds and clouds of dust from the combine. Just makes it a little bit easier for a person to see in the distance. Although I've only really noticed that happening when there isn't any breeze, so you just basically the dust coming off the combine just sits in a massive cloud. Frith, will YouTube's new terms of service affect your channel in any way? Right, this is the new thing, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit because I know that there are a few people that are concerned about the new COPPA changes. Recently, YouTube got fined a record amount, I think it was something like $190 million for not declaring, it was something to do with not declaring that the children were using the data, or the children were supplying the data, or they were getting children watching videos and then selling that fact so that targeted ads could be placed at them, something along those lines. But anyway, basically what this has resulted in is COPPA has turned around and said, this shouldn't have been happening, you've got to make changes, or we're going to give you an even bigger fine. Now, to be honest, this is something that should have happened quite a few years ago, because YouTube were told several years ago, and as far as children are concerned on YouTube, YouTube has pretty much been a free-for-all. It's been the Wild West. You can put anything you want on any channel, and there is a lot of stuff that is specifically targeted at young children that is absolutely not suitable for young children. And it is just reams and reams of this stuff that is just pushed out and pushed out, and it's not... It's kind of this educational stuff, but it's constantly just reprinted and regurgitated and sent out over and over and over again, and it's absolutely awful stuff. It's absolutely genuinely terrible stuff, and it just keeps getting pumped out onto these kids' channels over and over again. And that's just part of it. But you got these channels that are making huge amounts of money off of the kids because they're selling these targeted ads. Well, that's all coming to an end. That's not going to happen. Now, what that does also mean is, unfortunately, there are some channels who specifically produce good quality content for young children who are also going to lose out a little bit. And like Cernian is saying right now, according to YouTube's terms of service, those that are under 13 are not permitted to use the service. It's not that they're not permitted to use the service, it's that they're not permitted to have their own account. You're not supposed to have your own account if you're under 13 years of age. But YouTube is used by all age groups. Now, what they're doing is they're specifically going after any channel that is producing content for young children. They're not interested in teenagers, although it sort of will come under it a bit. But they're specifically wanting the ones who are going after young children. And they're not going after these channels. They just cannot be seen to be selling targeted adverts on those channels any longer. It's no longer going to be a thing. Cannot sell targeted adverts to channels that feature young children. They're not going to have any targeted stuff at all. I'm just going to sit here and wait for Lossing P to travel up this end. For this channel, we have some young children who watch the content, but most of the audience is 18 and above. So I've got something like 9 or 10% of my audience is under 18. That's not going to be a problem. If you have an audience that is something like 40 or 50% under 18s, then yes, you will be classed as for children, and you'll have to change the way things are done. You will not be allowed to have targeted ads, which means your advertising revenue, because it's no longer targeted, will drop by something between 60 and 80%. You will also not be able to accept donations during live streams, and you will not be able to put merchandise links on any video that is classed as for children. There are other ways you can do it, though. So that's kind of what the COPPA thing is, and for me personally, as far as I know, it's not going to affect me, so I'm not too concerned about it. It may end up affecting me a bit. I may end up with some videos that are classed as for kids, but I don't really think it's going to be much of an issue, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, just going to have a look back through the chat. Hunter Graves, can I super chat? How much would you like? I would do $50. You are welcome to super chat anything you like. If you don't want to make a donation through YouTube and through super chat, then you can do so through Patreon instead. There is a link to that in the description down below. It is entirely your choice how much you wish to donate. I have never said that there is a minimum donation. If you make any kind of donation, you are automatically entered into the Great Book of Names, which means that you are eligible to join us on future live streams, should you wish to. So, yeah. Let me just bring that back round over to here. Right. Brempool will go... Yeah, I'm gonna take the lead now. I'm gonna go in front. I'm gonna lead on the rest of this. Let me just get started up, and then I can... I'm not using the GPS, but if I can keep that reasonably straight, I can also look at the chat. Oh, synchronizing data. Leon is... Oh, Leon wasn't here. That's why I couldn't see him at the beginning of the stream. No shatter. Oh, good. They wanted extra onion, but that was too much. Huh? Pineapple Pizza said there were people who thought that I would breach... Okay, I have no clue what that's about, but White Moose is suggesting that pineapple on pizza is acceptable. I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure that I agree that pineapple on pizza, or onions for that matter, would be anything acceptable. Now let me have an answer. Mr. Donkey, I've always wondered, where did your logo come from? Oh, that you mean? I was going to say what the name? That's just my name, but no, it's the little symbol. Basically, Senleia was helping. We were trying to come up with something for a logo. We just wanted to come up with something original. So she was just messing around with a few different shapes, and that one just kind of came out. We had a few of them there. There was, I think it was actually like a line with two crescent moon shapes behind it, or connecting them. And so she just like joined a few of them together. I'm just going to grab that little bit right there. She joined a few of them together, and then added a circle on it. Like we looked at it and thought, well, that's not quite enough, and so we just like put the circle on it as well, and that was it. It was literally just playing around. There's no sort of hidden meaning or anything like that. It was literally just playing around with a few shapes, and then after that we had a couple of different options there. Thought, yep, that looks brilliant. We'll go with that. Right. Excuse me. Let's have another look. Who can prove this, though? It's my word against yours. Oh, with the... Well, with the the COPPA stuff with the kids stuff, it's basically if you've got a lot of kids watching your stuff, and the statistics do clearly show that, then there won't be any issues with it. Henry Alcock, I would caution you not to spam emotes. YouTube do sometimes pick up, well, not sometimes, they frequently will pick up on that, and they will suspend your account for it. So it's not anything from us. It's absolutely nothing to do with us. YouTube have done it. Markiplier had a big problem with this not that long ago on a live stream. He was encouraging people to spam a particular emote. He had 2 emotes chosen, I believe, for some different options for something that he was doing in his live stream, and he said spam this one if you want this one, or spam this one if you want this one. And loads of people did, and the people who were doing the spamming, lots of them had their accounts permanently banned. There were permanent bans, not just suspensions, but the entire Google account was permanently banned for a large number of people. Now, it was eventually reversed after human intervention, but this was like the bots that picked this up. So I would really strongly urge anybody, use emotes by all means. You're more than welcome to use emotes. Just don't spam emotes, right? It's for your benefit. Trust me on this. It is absolutely for your benefit, because of this whole thing with my... Look it up. Look up Markiplier and emote bans or something along those lines. Just you type in something along those lines, and you'll get... He's done a couple of videos on it now about what happened. And, yeah, I would urge you not to take any chances on it. That's all I'm saying. Is try not... Don't take any chances on it, because... you end up losing your entire account. And it's not just the YouTube stuff. It was the Google accounts as well. Like, so if you're using that for work or for school or anything like that, then suddenly you've lost all your files, everything that you saved on it. It was really bad. It was not good. Jemp, pineapple and onions on pizza for my daughter always. Really? Why would you do that to a child? Seriously, why on earth would you do that to a child? That's just cruel and inhumane. Oh dear. How long did it take for you to recover from your teeth pulling? I had one of my teeth done today. Right, I've had a few teeth out. Only one I've had, this was actually the 4th tooth that I've had pulled out. Right, now, I would like to specify absolutely that only one of those teeth were extracted because of tooth decay that was avoidable, because I didn't look after my teeth properly and it was extracted. The other 3 were beyond my control. 2 of them happened more than a decade ago now, but when I was 15, 16, 2 of my lower molars, the dentist told me at the time that they're slightly misshapen, and he said you will have trouble with them. If you've still got them both by the time you're 30, I will be genuinely surprised.
My friend.
Hello! We're just about to finish this field.
Yes, that's why I'm here. I kept an eye on you. At least a little bit.
Big Brother is always watching. Never forget that, ladies and gentlemen. Big Brother is always watching. And his name is Smudo.
Yeah, you may call me Oni-san. Once you're done with the harvest, please unload into the road train and put away your combine.
Okie doke.
And then you may grab the sexy pink truck. I already attached it to a flatbed.
Yeah.
Right towards the sheep pen, and there you will find the wool storage. Grab all the full wool pellets and sell them at the best price. We have, I think, only 2 sell points that actually take the wool, so that should be easy enough.
Okie dokie, no worries.
Okie dokie, and after that won't take you that long. But after that, I will come back and give you a new job.
Right, no worries. I will go and do that.
Okay, I'm off.
Ciao, darling.
Bye, honey.
So anyway, yeah. So those 3, I had 3 teeth pulled out quite a few years ago, and didn't really have any trouble with any of them, to be honest. One of them I did have a little bit of trouble with, and it took maybe an extra week. By the end of 2 weeks, the gum had like completely healed over and wasn't sort of causing me any problems. It stays really, really sensitive for ages. Anybody who's never had a tooth out, it does stay really sensitive for quite a long time, so you have to be careful chewing on that side for absolutely ages. It does take a couple of weeks. This one that I've had out now is a little bit different because it's in front of what's called an impacted wisdom tooth. It basically means that the wisdom tooth... Okay, I wasn't expecting that. It basically means that the wisdom tooth has... when it came through, it's come through lying on its side instead of being the normal way. And that ultimately ended up damaging the tooth in front of it, so the tooth in front of it has had to be pulled out. I've had quite a bit of trouble with that, and it's still not healed up. So it's been weeks. It's not causing me any pain, but it's still not healed properly. It's still not healed over. Because the tooth in front of it, because the wisdom tooth is sort of on its side, it's taking a while for the gum to kind of form around it, and filling in the gap where the tooth used to be. So it's still going at the moment. So don't worry about it. It's like it's not painful or anything. And if you've had a tooth out recently and you're a bit concerned about it, it's not really a problem. It's just mine's taking a little while. But normally the other three that I had pulled out, they took like I think it was about 10 days, 2 weeks, something like that. And they were healed over and everything was looking good. So, yeah, it doesn't take very long. It's usually a fairly quick healing process, at least the initial bit. The sensitive gum bit, the bit where you forget every now and then that you've had a tooth out in the last couple of months and you chew a bit too much on that side, that makes your eyes water a bit. But that's about it. It's just because it's like really, really sensitive. There's not a lot you can do about that. It just takes it takes quite a while for that bit to stop. But it's not a great deal. It's nothing really to worry about. Okay, let me go and find this pink truck over here, and then we're gonna do some other stuff. Nameless AOE. That's what I got. A sideways wisdom tooth. Yeah, it's a bit of a nuisance. I was more annoyed by the fact that the sideways wisdom tooth is still okay, and it was the one in front of it that had gotten damaged by the sideways wisdom tooth. That was the bit that I was frustrated about, because it meant that the one in front of it is the one that had to be pulled out. And that was a really good tooth. It was a really big tooth, and I had a nice bit of chewing area there on that side of my mouth, and now that's all gone. And I'm left with the sideways tooth instead of the better stuff, and quite frankly, that's not quite so convenient. But that's what's happened. That's the way of it. So I've got to keep the sideways one. The dentist did tell me, though, that very rarely, he did stress that it's very... Leon, what are you doing? I seen that. I was witness to that. I was witness to that driving right there. That used to be a decent gate post there. Used to be a decent fence. Until Leon turned up. Right, we've got some wool over this way. So yeah, very, very rarely, an impacted wisdom tooth, one that's lying on its side, after you've had one in front of it extracted, it can very, very rarely correct itself. Okay. What's this? I've never seen this before. Wool pallet stored. Ah. I've never seen this. I don't even know how to use this thing. Let's back up here out of the way, and then we can see if we can figure out how to use this, because this is all new stuff. This is right. And let's go over here. I'm gonna bring that one up like that, and then global company left. Open menu. Capacity. I got 21 pallets in here. Select 14 pallets. Oh, I can just do it that way. Right, confirm. Ah. And then it dumps them all out there, but that's not full pallet. Oh, I see, right. It puts out part pallets as well. But it only does them in 2,000 litre pallets. Doesn't do them in the 10,000 litre options, does it? Now, I need to change this one over to pallets.
Frithka, my friend.
Hello.
Yeah, I am supposed to tell you from JJ that is the same storage you use in FS19.
Oh, same as the hay thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And your trailer has a capacity of 20 pallets.
Oh, does it?
Yes, it does.
Right.
So once you took up the 14, you just did 6 more and you are full.
Okie dokie, I've done that. Let's get into here.
Okay. And then sell it at the best point, please. Thank you.
Right, no worries. Oh, it's auto-loaded it for me. Look at that. Ideal. Right, we're going to try and do this. Like that. I'm going to unload onto the truck, and then I'm going to put the straps on like that, so I got the full weight on there. And then I'm going to have a look in here, and we're going to see if we can find the best possible price for our wool. Wool right there. I thought for a minute we didn't have any, but we have to scroll down. Okay, 2,106, sell point 150. That's an artificial place down one, that is. Sell point 150. Where have they got sell point 150? Where have they gone and put the sell point 150? Is that it? That looks like sell point 150 right there. So I'm tag place. That's what I want to do. So I need to get from here over to there. So we want to go up along that road there, and then down this way, up that track, and then in across here. Might be the best way to do it. So we want to go up here, and we want to go out onto that road. We'll go along this way. We'll take a shortcut out onto the field. I'll go over here. Actually, I could just go straight over here. I need to basically just get across this way and get onto that road. Right over this way. And then we want to go bombing off down this way, don't we? This is where we... There we are. I can see the big green... The beacon is lit! The beacon is lit! Gondor calls for aid. Okay, that's where we want to go. We want to head to Gondor over there. Who else is on chat? What have we got? Sneck and Cactus. Good evening. Welcome to the stream, sir. Haven't seen you yet, I don't think. And Bowen. Well, yeah, I've already said hello to Bowen. A-Dub Modding. Hi, everyone. Hello. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Okay, I'm disturbed by the amount of Pineapple Pizza chat that is just casually going on in the chat this evening. This is a very disturbing development. The amount of just casual reference to Pineapple Pizza. It's quite frankly becoming worrying. And I do think that things need to be done. I think steps will have to be taken. When I am overlord of the entire world, I will have to do something about this proliferation of Pineapple Pizza related talk. It's going to have to be... We're not only are we going to outlaw the pizza itself, but I think we're going to have to outlaw even mentioning the fact that it used to once exist in a world where nothing made sense. But the world will make sense. One day the world will make sense and there'll be no Pineapple Pizza. And that will all be taken care of. Now, happy director Lash, is it Lash? Lashe Marshall. Hello, welcome to the stream. Good evening, how are you? Now, I want to bring this bad boy in over here. If I take these straps... Oh, no, we're just going to go like that. Now, of course, the big question is it going to start selling? Oh, look at that. Oh, hang on a minute. It's going to sell most of it like that as I go across there. But it's not going to sell that bit unless I do that and then move out from underneath it. That's a little peculiarity of that. So there we go. We had $77,000 from that little sell point right there. Untag. We don't want that one tagged anymore. So now I need to head on back. We went the short route this time. Ooh, steady. I want to go over and I want to have another look at the big kind of thing that we've got over there. All of those sell points. And see if they've done any more work on it. I know Smudo did a whole load of stuff. So I'm going to take a slight detour on the way back. And we're going to go and have a look. Because it looked really, really cool up there last time we went in and had a little mosey round. There had a lot of stuff had been done. So we're just going to go and see if there's anything new in there. And... see another phrase that needs blocking. Pineapple Pizza. I do have a list of blocked words that are on the channel for chat, and that's a whole load of swear words and stuff like that, just to avoid anything. And that's another thing. You do have to sort of monitor your chat a little bit with the tightened regulations on YouTube these days. So I've got like a list of banned words. If those words are used, your comment is automatically filtered out and deleted. There's nothing I can do about that. So that's that's why I've always got a disclaimer there somewhere saying keep chat clean. But I'm just wondering what the backlash would be if I added pineapple to the overall list. Whether there would be like a tremendous amount of backlash for it or not.
Friend.
Hello, Mr. Smuds. Can't get
Mr.
in.
What
Oh, there we
now?
go. Mr. Smuds.
Yeah. I see you took the scenic road back.
Yeah, I was just having a look to see if there had been any more work done in here, because it looks pretty cool in here.
Pretty much, it should be pretty much the same as last time round.
Right.
Once you parked the truck where you found it,
Yeah.
I would ask you to grab yourself a tractor and the last loading wagon and help Leon or Chill on field 21 collecting the straw, and afterwards the straw on field 28, which Bramble is currently raking like a madman.
Okay, no worries. I will see what I can do. There's Mr. Lossing.
Thank you very much.
It is absolutely fantastic looking road train there. I do like that. Okay, on we go. We got to do some... there's a lot of effluent in that tank, right? Is that a buy point? Is that why there's so much effluent in it? Could be that it's a buy point.
Where are you currently?
I'm just going over the bridge into the built-up area. There's a big effluent tank.
Yeah.
Just on the left.
That is storage for slurry, because we produce less manure than we do slurry. So we're always going to have a bit left over, because the production facilities down that little road there.
Yeah.
Have a capacity of 50,000 liters slurry each, and we have 5 of those.
I see.
And once they are full, we want to store a bit of slurry next to.
So are we going to be spreading all that out on the fields at some point then, are we?
No, we're producing fertilizer. With manure and slurry, and with the fertilizer and some water, we make liquid fertilizer. With liquid fertilizer and fertilizer, we make herbicide. And with fertilizer and wheat or barley seeds, we produce our own seeds.
Oh, well, there we go.
So
then. We're completely self-sufficient.
Indeed, that was the whole plan. And as a matter of fact, we have already produced so many seeds and liquid fertilizer that I was able to sell 2 full loads of seeds and 1 full load of liquid fertilizer, which made us nice $750,000.
All right. Leon needs to know where to put his straw.
I know. I will jump right out.
I can't find a tractor. I need to find a tractor. I'm sitting in a golden crone at the moment.
The tractors are in the long red hall.
Right.
Right behind our farmhouse.
I'll tab through machines until I get to them. Rover Tigers,
whatever makes you happy.
Crows,
whatever makes you happy.
Hardy Rubicons. Combines.
Okay, dude.
Ooh, I found tractors.
Good.
Right.
I'll be back.
Okay, you come back in a minute. Look at all these tractors. Which one should we take? Right, ladies and gentlemen, anybody who is watching the stream right now and has access to a keyboard, which tractor should we take? John Deere, Fendt, Challenger, New Holland, Case, it's another Fendt, or Valtra, Skittles. Go on, make your choices right now. Do we go for John Deere? Do we go for Fendt? Do we go for Challenger? Do we go for New Holland? Do we go for Case? Or do we go for Valtra? I'm not going to do that one. If it's a Fendt choice, I'll go for the tracked one. So we've got all of these different choices. You all go for those in there. I'll have a quick look at the chat a second. Right, Moose thinks that nothing would be said all evening if I add pineapple pizza to the banned list. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Don't worry. Have I blocked the entire French language since people swear they say pardon my French? This is true. I think that stems back to the English-French war, because the English and the French have been at war for a very long time, different times. Be careful spamming too much, because bad things can happen if you spam too much. YouTube do get a bit funny about it. So we've had a couple of votes for the New Holland. We've had some enthusiastic John Deere votes. Blue and blue and blue. Valtra Skittles edition. Another blue. Four people were voting for John Deere there, I think. And we've had about 4 votes. Well, I haven't actually used John... Okay. I know that John Deere was just spammed excessively. And I don't normally give in to excessive spamming. However, I also am aware that I haven't used John Deere yet in this series. Or I don't think I have. So I will use the John Deere one because I've had a few other votes as well. I think we've had 5 or 6 votes for the John Deere. So I will go for John Deere this time. I am not rewarding the people who are spamming. I ignore spam. Ordinarily, I just completely ignore spam, and I only accept the first answer that anybody gives. Now, I gotta try and find a loading wagon. Ah, there's one. We've got a class one over here, except that's not a forage wagon. Or is it? Is that a forage wagon? No, that's not a forage wagon. That's no good. Can't use that one. So where are the forage wagons? Now you got to hunt around and find a forage wagon. Does anybody know? Anybody have any idea where I can find a forage wagon? See if you can let me know before Smuds comes back and tells me off for not knowing. Oh, don't worry, I found it. We found it. It's over here. Smuds need never know.
Friend.
Hello, Mr. Smuds.
The forage wagon, right
I'm
across,
hitching it. I'm hitching into it right now.
Ah, okay. The stream is lagging a bit behind. That's why.
I see. Right, no, I'm way ahead of you, dude. I don't know why you thought I needed any help.
I just wanted to help. I wanted to be nice.
I see.
I will stop that now.
Why?
I will stop that now.
Why did... Who are you and what have you done with Smoodelini? And what... Are you not familiar with the concept of staying on the road? Seriously.
I'm farm manager. I don't have to stay on the road on my own farm.
Someone's going to have to go through there with a shovel now and straighten up and fill in those ruts that you've left behind. And I wonder who that's going to be. You know what you got to do once you finish harvesting the straw. Yeah, exactly. I wonder who that's going to be. Myopic illumination. It's always in the last place you look. It was the last place I looked. It was right there. You're absolutely right. You got that spot on. Anyway, I am now collecting straw, Mr. Smuts, and I'm doing a wonderful job of it.
Yeah.
Okay, that looks
I'll
pretty
be
cool,
back.
actually. Okay, ciao, darling. There we go. We are racing up across the field in our green sleek beast with a green sleek trailer on the back as well. I think this looks a pretty good combination. Go straighten that out a little tight. There we go. Look at that. That's a pretty good combination, and you're just getting the hills just on there. That is a nice screenshot right there. If I was to actually be taking a screenshot, I'm not, because if I try and take a screenshot, it might end up doing something weird with the stream, and I don't want to take any risks. I don't want to take any chances. So we'll continue doing what we're doing. I come whizzing back in over this way, and try and keep it reasonably straight as we come up through. We have got some high-capacity trailers. These are definitely Stevie mods. See, when you're using a 4x map, Stevie mods are the order of the day. They do make life a little bit easier, don't they? Cruising along at 18 miles an hour, and we're going to be pulling in, what, 110,000 litres of straw on this thing? 120? Something like that. JCB has Britain's fastest tractor at 103 miles an hour. Yes, this is very true. They recently broke the land speed record with a tractor. They did it not that long ago, actually. And then they decided they can do better, and they absolutely trounced their previous record and set a new one. And I think that's pretty good. And it also shows the sheer dedication of the JCB Fast Track team for making sure that they've got a record that's actually worthy of record. I believe, now don't quote me on this because I'm not sure where I read it. I don't know if it's second-hand information. But as far as I know, when they set the first record, they set the record, and then a couple members of the team said, that's not really much of a record. I know we've broken the record, but this is something that's quite easy for someone else to come along and beat. It's not something that we should be proud of. And so despite having just broken the world record for the world's fastest tractor, they sat back and said this isn't really something we can be proud of. And so they set about beating it properly, and that's what they did, which I think is absolutely brilliant. That is true, genuine dedication, that is. I think that is absolutely awesome.
Friska, my friend.
Hello.
I am supposed to tell you from Chill that he couldn't finish his strip because his trailer was full.
Right.
But he could fill yours on that strip, and the rest can stay on the field. We have so much straw.
Right, no worries. Where am I tipping it?
It doesn't matter. Directly into the green silo you see right in front of you.
The green silo in front of me.
Well, it wasn't. Right across from field 21.
Oh, I see where he's tipping out. I see where he's tipping out. Right,
yeah,
I've just
exactly
now filled up. Okay. I will go and tip it out over there.
Thank you. After that, field 28, please.
No worries. Will do.
Thank you.
Mike Mains, next map should be a 16 times map. That could be pretty cool, having a 16 times map.
Not gonna happen.
Apparently Smudo says it. Smudo is the one that chooses what map we go to, or him and Jimmy J between them, and yeah, apparently that's a no-go. 103.6 miles an hour, says Yurik Davies. Redgo 5, just want to say good evening. Hello, welcome to the stream. Good evening. Evo 8 I've seen at the JCB tractor at the... I've seen that JCB tractor at the Agritechnica show in Germany. That's actually pretty cool. That is pretty cool, being able to go and see, actually see it in person. I like that. Have I seen the JD driverless tractor? I haven't seen a John Deere driverless tractor. I did see a short clip of a Case driverless tractor in action in the field. And it did look pretty good. It kind of, like, it looked weird without the cab, sort of. You know, with all the cab and everything being missing, it did look very, very weird. And honestly, I don't like the idea of doing my tractor driving through a remote control, because I like driving tractors, but I don't drive tractors for a living, and I haven't done so for, well, actually, when was the last time I drove a tractor for a living? I've done it on and off for a job. I think the last time I actually got paid to drive a tractor was about 6 years ago, right? And that was only for a short job. For an ongoing continuous job, I'm going back, like, probably nearly 15 years, actually. Right, I'll not take that road, because Gempi's coming up that road. Not Gempi. Leon. I said Gempi. It's not Gempi at all. Lollipop. Great entertainment again. Thank you, Frithgar and crew. No worries, man. No worries. Or, well, I say man. It could be lady. No worries, person. I'll say no worries. We'll keep it neutral until proven otherwise, or asked otherwise, or told otherwise. No worries. No worries at all. And LS Zocker Danny, hi, hello, welcome to the stream as well. Good evening. The Case Automotive Concept, I've just gone and missed that because I'm looking at the chat. I'll come back and worry about that later. Yes, that's the one, the Case Automotive Concept. I really like the idea of it. Yeah, it really did look good, but at the same time, I like driving tractors, so I'm hoping that they're not all just going to completely disappear. I'm sure there are plenty of people who spend hours and hours stuck in a tractor thinking, this would be a lot better if I could do it from an office and watch Frithgar videos on YouTube at the same time. I have no doubt there are thousands of people out there who would like to be able to do that. But, yeah, at the moment, it's not really an option, is it? But it's looking like it could very well become an option sooner rather than later, though. There is that. This one looks... well, yeah, see, I didn't like the look of the Case one. But I haven't seen the John Deere one working at all. I've no idea. Just the idea behind it does seem like it could be quite cool. Is whether it works well in practice. I mean, I'm going to say that it probably will work well in practice eventually. Like tractors. Tractors, they weren't all that great to start with, but eventually they replaced the horse. And at some point, a robot will replace a human as the driver of said tractor. They're not going to work great to start with, but eventually they will get there, and then, you know, we will have robots doing the driving out in the field instead of us. And hopefully that will be less gate posts that have been driven into. What have I just driven into? What? What on earth is that? Seriously, what? Oh, that's ridiculous. Oh, that is absolutely brilliant. Right. Oh. Oh, that is absolutely brilliant. Okay, we need to try and get that front weight back. I didn't even realize there was a sign there. This is what I get for trying to dodge out of the way of Leon. It's all his fault. He was driving too fast. You all seen that, didn't you? It was entirely his fault. Let's bring out one over. There we go. Look at that. Nice bendy pickup on that. That's absolutely fantastic. There's Lossing P. Now there's a person who drives for a living. Okay, if you're actually doing any driving on the multiplayer server or anything, and you got Lossing P anywhere nearby, just be careful. He will be judging your every move. He drives for a living. He actually drives a truck for a living. Or well, he did drive a truck for a living. I don't know if he's doing it at the moment, but he certainly was driving a truck for a living. We will drop that one in there. Petro Gracemark, thank you very much for your support, sir. Hashtag found it. That's absolutely brilliant. Hashtag found it. Okay, there's a new one. That one is. That is definitely a new one. Lollipop is a 55-year-old guy. Okay, so I can say thank you, sir, or thanks, man, anything like that. That's absolutely fine. We can do that. Lollipop, are you a fan of Aqua, the music group? Okay, I remember Aqua. That's like that was it. Are you talking about the one that was in the UK like a really long time ago? Because they were just weird. They were like just bizarre. That was a yeah. I remember that. That's a very sort of pop kind of group, and a slightly weird pop group as well. Fritz, have you been hitting the martinis again? No, but I did hit the road sign. But that's nothing to do with the martinis. Not really a martini drinker. Actually, you know, I say that. I say not really a martini drinker. But honestly, I don't know. I don't actually know if I'm a martini drinker or not, because I've never tried it. It could be a particularly delicious drink, and I've never actually tried it. I'm not much of a drinker of alcohol these days. I don't drink very much at all. And when I say I don't drink very much at all, I think the last time I had any kind of alcoholic beverage was a pint of bitter, and something like 2.5 years ago. So yeah, I don't really drink very much. So yeah, but this whole martini, I really want to try a martini now. I absolutely want to try a martini. So maybe next time I might have been hitting the martinis before I go hitting the road signs. You never know. The JD driverless tractor is only the front half of the tractor with two wheels? How do... Is that like some sort of magical unicycle? It's a... No, what are those things called? You know the ones where they drive up and down? Where's our man Leon? Seriously, where's our man Leon gone? Is he... Oh, he might be over tipping. He might be emptying out. He was here in the field working with us. Yeah, the two-wheel... What are they called? Is it a Segway? I think it's a Segway. Anyway, yeah, is it like one of those things? Like, it's got this gyroscope thing inside it to keep it perfectly balanced. That... I mean, I can see that it would work, but it's definitely an interesting concept, that is. That is definitely an interesting concept. I don't know. I don't know how well that would actually work out in... That is very weird, actually, the more I think about it. Oh, there's Leon. There he is. He's racing back. Look at him go. Whoosh. Now, if we stay on the road this time, we shouldn't run into any road signs. Hang on. As all pop groups at this time were funny. Yeah, I'll agree with you there. The time when Aqua were busy releasing things, there were a number of pop groups that weren't... Well, I was going to say that they weren't like... It's like somebody who hadn't quite been sane or hadn't quite been sober and completely off of all meds for the previous 2 decades came up with a whole host of different pop groups. And then just like you wrote out this big long list and then just kind of published it somewhere, and a whole load of people come along and say, that's a good idea, that's a good idea, and that's a good idea. And then they went and made all these weird songs. It just kind of highlights, it's kind of the mid to late 90s, really, isn't it? It was a very bizarre time period, I think, for music. There were some strange things happening back then. It was a long time ago. Come on, Barbie. Yeah. Barbie, that was... I think the Barbie song is quite possibly the weirdest of all of them. Although it is a bit difficult to try and pick out which one really is the weirdest of all of them. You've got... well, I'm just trying to think of some others. I mean, Cotton Eye Joe is that's just fun, right? That song was just fun. It was slightly strange, but fun. And then you got things like Saturday Night, which is just... We thought the song was cool. I was in school then, right? I was in secondary school when Saturday Night came out, and everybody thought it was cool. I watched it just recently, because I was showing my kids what we thought was cool back then. And they were looking at me like I'd gone completely insane, and looking at Sen like she'd gone completely insane as well. And watching Saturday Night, and I can't remember her name now, but anyway... watching the song and the music video that went with it, I would have to agree. We were completely insane. Like, we were absolutely nuts. So anyway, Dan Shiphorst. Frith, have you seen the Tesla Cybertruck unveiling? If so, what do you think of it? I did just see a picture of that about an hour ago. I've seen the whole Tesla... Right, hang on a minute. My throat's getting a bit dry. I need to have a drink here a second. Oh, that's better. Coffee. Coffee is the way to go. Oh, that's better. Right. Yeah, I seen the unveiling. Oh, I didn't see the unveiling. I seen a picture of this Tesla Cybertruck. And I have to agree with what a lot of people are saying. It looks like he went to... any game that was made for the PS1, the original PlayStation, and looked at the vehicles that were being used, the 3D type vehicles that were being used, maybe for the PS2, and said, that looks really cool, and turned it into a real life truck. Genuinely looks like it was made for a 64-bit system. It wouldn't look out of place, absolutely exactly as it is, with no modifications, on a Nintendo 64 system. It would not look out of place at all in any way, shape, or form. Brilliant truck, I thought. That was absolutely brilliant. There's definitely going to be some classic gamers who are going to look at that and think, yeah, I want one of those. And I'm pretty sure that's why he did it. He wants to appeal to gamers of a certain age, because they're more likely to have money by this point. Although most of us are gamers, which is why we don't have money. We spent our time... we spent our time gaming rather than... What is he doing? Right, bye Leon. Yeah, we dedicated our time to gaming rather than going out and making millions of pounds. So he may be targeting the wrong group of people. But it does look pretty cool. It definitely does look pretty cool. Let's bring this one in over to here. We can start unloading. Venga Boys the cartoons. I remember Venga Boys. I actually bought a Venga Boys album, right? I actually bought a Venga Boys album when I was in school in the late 90s. And if anybody, for those of you, for our younger audience, go and look up the Venga Boys, and you will sort of, and go and look up Saturday Night, and what else were we talking about? Barbie, the Barbie song as well. Look these songs up. Watch the original music videos and things like that. And you will understand... Actually, that might answer a lot of questions about my generation. Okay? That might just answer all of your questions about my generation, you just go and have a look at these songs. Okay, you will understand many things you didn't understand before. The Crazy Frog song, Bite Moose, you are absolutely right. But the Crazy Frog song is still a classic. That one is a classic. My kids watch that one. They think it's wonderful. They think it's amazing. Crazy Frog, timeless classic. Some of them are just going to be timeless classics. Most of the songs from our day, not quite so much. Coffee or tea? Uric Davies, coffee. Coffee for me all the way. Always coffee. It's never anything else. I have tried tea, don't get me wrong. I have tried the stuff, but I just don't like it. I am not a tea drinker. I am absolutely not a tea drinker. I am sometimes a secret lemonade drinker. And there are those of you who are under 35 years of age who probably have no clue what that means. Maybe under 30. But yeah, I am sometimes a secret lemonade drinker, but I am not a tea drinker. Absolutely not. Not even secret. And I'll bring that one out. Look up the secret lemonade drinker. That's, like, we had terrestrial TV here in the UK. We had we had 4 channels to start with. Then we had 5 channels later on, because another channel was added into the list. Channel 5 came along while I was in school. And from those... Well, I'll head up through here, Leon, and I'll come back up and I'll grab the rest of that in a minute. I'll just finish that one off. Chino, thank you very much for your support, sir. That is absolutely brilliant of you. Very, very much appreciated. Okay, I've only got a little tiny bit on that one. I have to go back round and finish that one off. I'll follow along behind Leon. I'm just having a look. See, he's heading off to empty out. So I will go up here and then we can go rushing off down through there. And we can pick that one up. Bite Moose, Whites. Yes, he knows that one. He knows that one. You're showing your age there, Bite Moose. You are showing your age there with the Whites stuff. So, yeah, Whites was one of the really good adverts. That was one of the adverts that when it came on, you couldn't skip adverts back in those days. You absolutely couldn't skip the adverts. And Whites was one of the good adverts. That was one of the funny ones. That was one of the ones that I like. What has happened to the light?
my friend.
The time is saying 10:52, but the light is kind of looking like it's late evening. What's going on? What have you done, Mr. Smoots?
It's 10:52 a.m.
Yeah, but the light is looking like it's dusk.
That's because we have cloudy weather at the moment. If you see the weather buttons, the sun is not fully out yet.
It looks like it's evening, that's all. Ooh! Oh, I thought that combine was about to start producing straw, but it's not. It's producing something else. Okay, I've got a little bit more straw left over here. Then what?
You can put the rest of the straw into the silo, put away the loading wagon, and grab yourself a sugar beet harvester. You and Patrio are gonna harvest sugar beet on field 20.
Sugar beet?
Indeed.
Okay, this sounds serious, this does. Right.
No, it's a relatively small field, and quite on purpose.
Well, yeah, I didn't think you'd want too many root crops, Smoots. I know that you're not a big fan of root crops.
I am not, that is correct.
Just for the record, ladies and gentlemen, if you do decide to join the Discord server, link in the description down below, by the way. If you decide to join the Discord server so that you can come along and you can play, I say come along, so you can go along and play on the multiplayer server. It's not on this map, it's on a different map. Be warned, if you go and plant a load of root crops on there, Smuds will get very annoyed with you. And there are rules in place to stop such things from happening. And he will order that you plough them all back up again. He gets very bad-tempered when people plant root crops. He doesn't like it. So
Why are you always lying?
I'm not lying at all. This is what I've heard. I mean, I don't actually go on the multiplayer server, so I'm only going on what I've heard other people saying. So that's all I can do is report back on the reports. I can do no more.
Nothing was ploughed in, it was harvested and sold.
Is that why you were so bad-tempered?
I am too greedy to waste the seeds.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it, straight from the horse's mouth.
I'm not a horse. Daxoli is our horse, if you remember. That's mean, I know.
Duck surely's not
okay
a
then.
horse. Right, anyway, yes. I will go and get a sugar beet harvester, and I will start doing some of the sugar beetings.
Yes, Patrio is already starting.
Okie doke.
I am currently unloading the wheat on field 1 from Ryder, and then I will park one of the road trains right there.
Okie dokie, no worries. We will see you
Okay.
shortly.
Yeah, see ya.
There he is, he's right in front of us. Okay, Ryder, I still like the Witch Doctors and Captain Jack. I don't know the Captain Jack. Not sure about that one, but Witch Doctor, yeah, that was a brilliant song. Witch Doctor was absolutely fan-schmastic. I like that song, and I do still. That's one that I will still listen to. Hey, Witch Doctor! And there's another one. There's another one. I don't know if that was the Witch. I don't know who did it, but there was another one. My boomerang won't come back. I don't know where that one came from. I used to, when I was really young, I lived in New Guinea, and so we had a lot of Australian stuff there at the time. It could have been something from then. I remember something about a my boomerang won't come back, and I'm pretty sure it was a bit later than when I was in New Guinea, but I don't know. I honestly, I don't remember at this point in time, so it could have been either. If anybody's from Australia, well, not from Australia, does anybody know? Does anybody know the song "My Boomerang Won't Come Back"? If you do, who's it by? And is it sort of an Australian thing, or is it an international thing? I genuinely can't remember now. I know that it's really good, and I love the ending on it. The ending used to crack me up every time. I used to think it was absolutely hilarious. Genuinely hilarious. It was brilliant. Now, I need one of these. This is a Roper Tiger 6. I'm assuming that I've got the right beastie. I hope I got the right one, because if I haven't, I'm in trouble. Smuds is not going to be pleased with me. Now, I need to... I'm just wondering if I need to change the steering... Yeah, let's change the steering mode. Let's go for it. Control Y normally, isn't it? There we go. Sharper steering on that one. Moosey Gaming.
Hello, Friska, my friend.
Hello.
Two things. Those are all sugar beet harvesters, so you can't grab a wrong one.
Okay, ideal.
That's not possible. We don't have any onion harvesters and carrot harvesters yet.
Right, so this was the one you told me to get, wasn't it?
Indeed, indeed.
Right, that's good. For some reason I suddenly thought, wasn't I supposed to get a red one? But apparently not.
No, the red ones will be the onion and carrot harvesters, so you will drive a red one of those days.
Okay. When we do carrots, yeah? When we do
when
carrots.
we do onions. Yeah, you will be the one planting the onions and harvesting the onions. I will make sure of it.
Evo 8, thank you very much for your support, sir. Just a little appreciation for your work with your FS time-lapse. Thank you very much, sir. That is absolutely fantastic of you. Very much appreciated.
I'm off again.
Right. Cheery bye, Mr. Smuds. And I am going to do that, and I'm going to unfold my header as well. Bring that bad boy out like that. There we go. Look at this thing unfolding. It's quite the kind of, what are those block things called? I can't remember what they're called. You know, well, kind of like a wooden puzzle type situation. I'm thinking, rather than waiting for Patrio, I'm going to take a new line up across the field up here. And then we can sort of work we can work reasonably close together, but then we're not going to be getting in each other's way. So I'm going to try and head up across the field here. I'll do a straight line here, if I can. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and use the crab steering to go up across the field after that. Because that's technically what you should be doing with it. Because that's much better at avoiding the compaction. It makes a vast difference when it comes to avoiding compaction. And there is Mr. Grace Mark, Mr. Patrio, the man who created the Skittles tractors that you see on the server that we do use. Absolutely fantastic. Somebody's asked me if I've had any snow, Moosey Gaming. No, we've not had any snow yet at all here in the UK. We've not even really had a frost. Well, I say here in the UK. Up in the north of Scotland, they've had snow. And the only time that the newspapers in general class the north of Scotland as part of the UK is when they're saying UK to be hit by snowstorms. What they actually mean is the mountains in the far north of Scotland are going to have a bit of snow. The rest of us are going to have typical seasonal rain. And that's the way it's going to stay. And this is generally the only time that the papers in general include Scotland as part of the whole of the UK, despite the fact that they are. It's just kind of a thing that generally happens. And it's noted by lots of people. This is quite often a thing. It's very bizarre. They specify Scotland in almost everything, but then when it comes to we're going to have blizzards, then it's the UK to be hit by blizzards. And in actual fact, they're talking about Scotland. When, like, the previous 6 headlines that involved Scotland specified Scotland as a separate entity. So, yeah. Right, I want to go like that, and that's actually turned the wrong way. So I need to do that again. It should be... Yes, there we go. We're turning the correct way now. So I can get rid of this one. And I want to bring that in there. You know, it would probably help if I was to lower the header down like that. And then I want to just rotate me round a bit. Yes! There we go. Proper crab steering. And if you go to the tractor spotting channel, like the original dude, he's got some really cool videos. You can see some videos of these types of machines working with the full crab steering up across the fields, and he has got some fantastic footage of them. Absolutely brilliant. They really are. They're absolutely fantastic. It's awesome. There we go. Crab steering all the way up through. And is Petro doing it as well? Is he crabbing as well? No, he's not. He's going in a straight... I thought for a minute he might have been crabbing as well. It looked a bit like he was, but no. We do... Oops. Okay, the more I drift out of line here, the more difficult it's going to be when I come back down the other way in order to try and stay on track. It's going to get more and more difficult. 4 to 5 inches Cernian has got. Moosey Gaming has got 4 or 5 inches as well. There's quite a lot of snow turning up in different places. Have I ever been on a plane? Yes, I've been on an aeroplane a couple times when I was younger. Once to fly to Australia. And then we hopped up to New Guinea. And then while we lived in New Guinea, if you wanted to go anywhere more than a few miles away, you went by plane. But that was only like the really, really small Cessna type airplanes, the really little ones. So we did travel on those a few times. So now what I want to do is I'm going to straighten up there. And then I'm going to press Control Y again so that I can turn round. And then Control Y once more, once I've straightened up down here. Like this. And that should have me crabbing out that way. There we go. Nice. And then I can go out that side. All the way down here. Let's go all the way back so that we can meet up with Mr. Petro coming the other way. Well, he's just unloading his load first. Then we'll be able to do the same actually, because Smudo will come over here and he will take the load off of us, which will be fantastic. Okay. I do like this crab. It's not the easiest actually to make sure that you've got this lined up straight. It's a little bit off-putting when you're trying to do the steering, but it does work. Like this whole crab thing, it's pretty cool that it does actually work properly. So yeah, I have been on a plane a few times, big passenger aircraft and the little tiny ones. Never been on a helicopter. That's one thing I've never ridden on, is a helicopter. Frith, Case or John Deere? I've not used Case very much, not personally. John Deere I've used some, and back when I was working full-time, the farms that I worked on, generally, in the part of the country that I worked, you had either... oh, there's Smudo. You either had... Now, can we unload like this, or do I need to straighten my machine out? We might be able to do it. I'm going to sort of stay like this. Oops. I want to back up a bit. There. If I stay like that, we should be able to get this completely unloaded. and then he can take that load away. Yeah, it was kind of, luxury tractor was John Deere, and then the bog standard kind of plain dull tractor that everybody could afford, even the farm workers on their wages could afford to lease one of them, was New Holland. And New Holland were a very, very basic tractor with absolutely nothing resembling frills whatsoever. They just weren't very nice tractors. They weren't very comfortable. There was nothing particularly spectacular about a New Holland. So I always favoured the John Deere. It was the Rolls Royce of the tractors at the time. These days things are a little bit different. The difference between John Deere and many of the others, and well, between any of them, is a lot smaller. There isn't a significant difference between them. Not anymore. Not like there used to be. And then when I first started driving, when I was still a child, sort of, well, let's say child, mid to late teens, mid-teens anyway, when late teens I was working on bigger farms and driving different stuff. I was driving, the first tractor that I did most of the work in was a John Deere 2650. And I've got a particular soft spot for that tractor. That was an absolute awesome tractor. It was fantastic. So I would have to say John Deere. That's why. I do feel the need to explain rather than just say, oh, that one. That's why. I've got sort of an attachment for the John Deere for that particular reason. And that's why I've got an attachment for that particular tractor. The 2650 in particular, although there is a Ford, it's a Ford, I think it's something like an 8600 or something along those. It might be an 82, is it 8240 or 8640 or so, I don't really know. Basically it had a power shift. It was a huge, great big, massive, long bonnet. Back when it was Ford and not New Holland. Huge, great big, long bonnet on it. And because the fuel tank was at the front. So it sort of extended the length of the bonnet, and it acted as a front weight as well, which was quite a handy thing. And it had a power shift transmission, and basically you had one little lever. You nudged it left, you nudge it to the right to go up a gear, and you nudge it to the left to go down a gear. And so if you press the clutch, it would go all the way back down to gear 6. If you wanted to go backwards, you had to well, I think it was a shuttle on it. You had something like 8 gears going backwards and 18 gears going forwards. But you only had it on this one lever, so if you wanted to jump up the gears pretty quick, you had to, like, spam this thing. You had to waggle it backwards and forwards crazily in order to quickly jump up the gears. It was a really cool tractor, though. It was a lot of fun to drive that one. Fast and Frithgar 10, Cornwall Drift. Yeah, I'm not sure that one's going to take off very well. I'm not sure that's going to take off very well at all. Papa Power 360, what wheel do I use? I use a, hang on, let me do that a couple of times like that. I use a Logitech Driving Force GT is the wheel of choice for me. It's a bit like the, I think it's what, it's a GT 630 or something like, I don't know what it is. GT26 or I'm completely guessing now. I've got absolutely no clue. GT something, and it's apparently one of the best steering wheels that money can buy. Well, the Driving Force GT is a budget version of it. It's not hugely budget. It's kind of, I would say, overall price, it's a mid-range wheel. It's got I got a steering wheel on it. Well, of course I've got a steering wheel on it. The pedals with it, it's a 2-pedal one rather than a 3. Some of them come with 3 pedals for the clutch. This one is only a 2-pedal, so if you're looking for one with a clutch, then you're out of luck with this one. It does have a gear shifter on it, and although I've never actually used the gear shifter, I've never mapped it onto anything. But overall, Driving Force GT, it is absolutely brilliant wheel. I've never had any complaints with it. It's usually recognized by most games. I have had a little bit of trouble setting it up occasionally with some games because but then I think that's more to do with the games rather than the wheel itself. It's popular enough that most games will include it as one of the recognized wheels. So I would say that's a pretty good one to go for. Myopic Illumination, I have to go. Great live stream. I hope the sun feels better. Enjoy the rest of the show, everyone. Thank you very much, Mr. Myopic Illumination, for dropping by. It is absolutely fantastic to see you again. And hopefully we will see you again next time. Okay, I don't know what Smood is doing over there. I wouldn't like to guess, to be honest. I'm going to stay out of it. Okay, I'll do that, that, and that, I think. And I should be able... Yes, I can. Should be able to turn right round. And then I need to do it twice to line up the next one. So I want to go kind of like that, I think. And then I want to go here and here. Like that. And then it moves the wheels. And then I go around this way. Try and turn it a little bit. There. Nice. There we go. Excellent. And we're away again. Up across the field doing a whole sideways dance. I do like the sideways dance. Now, big question. Can I turn this thing round so that I can empty it out? Because I'm 76% full. And I don't think we're going to be able to get all the way up and all the way back again. So I think it would be better if I stop here. I put that one out. And then if I turn... Can I turn with this one? I don't think I can. For a start, let's lift that one up, shall we? It does. It doesn't like turning with the steering mode like it is. So let's undo that a minute, and then I'll do it again so that I've got the... There we go. Now I can turn sharp like that. That's what we want to do. There. Bring it up a little bit, and then I want to turn real sharp like that. Spin right round. And then I want to go up here, and I want to empty this out into that trailer. Let's see if I can do it this time without hooking myself up on the side of the trailer. Although I'm blaming the last one on Smoodo, and he's driving. There we go. Look at that. Ideal. Right. What about class in-game? They look great. I do particularly like class. The reason I like class is because the class combine, I drove a class Lexion. I think it was a Lexion 430. Let's have another drink there. I think it was the class Lexion 430. Absolutely fantastic combine. And that is the only combine that I've ever actually driven myself. I spent half of one summer driving that combine, and it was absolutely fantastic. And that's the only time that I've ever driven a combine for my job. And I really loved it. I genuinely loved driving the combine. Alright, that one's kind of straightening up. I want it to lower it down. Why aren't you lowering down? You do that. You need to... there we go. Straightening up now. Patrio, I did see that Patrio was crabbing as he came up across the field then. I did notice that. He actually was doing the crab. Absolutely brilliant. I love this thing. It's really cool. I do appreciate the fact that we're doing 13 miles an hour across the field. Which is slightly faster than the normal one would go. It's definitely a little bit faster. Batstar has joined the stream. Good evening, Mr. Batsmar. How are you? Batsmar? Batstar. How are you? Welcome. And Bobby Schmitz, hello. Welcome to the stream. I don't think I've said hello to you before. Who else have we got? That's Bite Moose. That's me for the evening. Good stream, Frith. Take it easy and have a good weekend. All hi, Batstar. See you next time as well. Thank you very much, Mr. Bite Moose, for dropping in. It is great to see you here. And I hope you enjoy your weekend. Now, we need to get up to the end here. We're not doing too bad. What have we done? We've done about half the field so far. So we're making progress. We are definitely making progress. Now I'm going to do that like that, and then I'm going to do that. I'm going to spin round, and then I'm going to do that, which I think should allow me to start going across the field in crab mode once more. There we go. Crabbing up across the field. Oh, a little bit of lag. Because of the big map, and because we got quite a few people on, you do get the little spots of lag every now and then. But it does seem to be remarkably stable. I mean, especially if you consider the fact that Patrio there is coming at us live from Australia. Jimmy J is coming from New Zealand. I'm from the UK. We've got Lossing P from the US. Smudo is from over in Germany. I believe Leon is in Germany as well. Ryder is in Netherlands, I think it is. I'm not actually sure where Brempel is from. I'm very sorry, Mr. Brempel. Not actually sure where you're from right now. Someone will fill me in shortly. So yeah, well, we've got Brempel as well. So we've literally got people from all over the planet right here on this server. And we just get, every now and then you just get the tiniest little lag spot come through. And that's it, that's all that's the only sort of downtime that we seem to get from it, which I think is quite a remarkable thing. And you're doing, Ryder says got it all right. So I got all countries correct apart from Brempel, and I'm not sure what country Brempel is from. So I'm very sorry, Mr. Brempel. I failed on that point, but I got the rest of them right. And I even got it right for Mr. Ryder for the Netherlands. He's not from Denmark. He's from the Netherlands. Two entirely different nations. I have learned. Because previously I said that I was going to be doing some Danish bacon in Holland. Much to the disgust and horror of a number of people who resided in both Holland and Denmark. I think I managed to offend more people with that single statement in FS19 than I have done with any other single statement that I've ever made online. Well, saying that, I do occasionally go and like get into political arguments with people on my private Facebook. I'm probably pretty good at offending people when I'm doing that, but that's not something that I'm going to be discussing on here. There's a reason that we have a zero tolerance policy on any political discussion whatsoever on our Discord and on the channel as well, because it does evoke some pretty high emotions. It definitely evokes emotions on quite a strong scale. So yeah, as far as the channel is concerned, announcing that I'm making Danish bacon in Holland is probably was the single most offensive thing that I've said in a very long time. Brempel is Dutch as well. So he is also from the Netherlands. Because Dutch people are from the Netherlands. Actually, have I got this right? Dutch people are from the Netherlands. Holland is a part of the Netherlands. And does the whole of the Netherlands class themselves as Dutch? Or is it just people from the Holland province of the Netherlands that class themselves as Dutch? That's the bit that I'm not quite sure about. Denmark and the Danish, completely separate country. Leon! Very magnificent. After taking out the after taking out the gate post over on the cattle pen earlier, he now decided he didn't like that lamppost right there. Don't ever upset Leon. Don't ever upset him, or he will come along and he will take out your mailbox out the front, and he will also probably take out your fence post and remove the whatever posts you've got next to your driveway as well. All right, just don't upset him. Okay, it is best if you don't upset him and just let him carry on, and then he won't bring his tractor anywhere near your property ever. Holland is only 2 provinces, states, North and South Holland, and there are 12 provinces in the Netherlands. Right, that bit I got. Because Zealand was a... Oh, hang on. Okay, I need to go off this way. So let's straighten that one out. Yeah, like that. Zealand was the province that my map was based in when I previously did a series. And that was the bit that I got wrong. I said Zealand, and then I went on about making Danish bacon in Zealand, which is part of the Netherlands. Brempel is from the province of Holland in the Netherlands. So Holland, I didn't realise that Holland was 2 parts of the Netherlands. I knew that it was a province, a bit like Texas is a state of the US. Holland is a province, or kind of like what you would call a state, or for us in the UK is a county, I suppose. So Holland is part of the Netherlands, and you've got the 12 of them. So is everybody from the Netherlands classed as Dutch, or is that just the people who are from the Holland part of the Netherlands. That's the bit that I'm not quite sure about. Okay, I've not got any space left. Mr. Smoodelini, we need a pickup on our trailer right there. We need a pickup. Requesting a pickup from Mr. Smoodelini. Jempe, I am Flemish and I am from Belgium. Well, see, now you're just confusing the issue. Yes, that's just confusing the issue. I thought that Flemish was from Finland. I'm pretty sure that's right. I think that you're Flemish and just living in Finland, in Belgium. At least I'm hoping that's the case, because otherwise I've got some things seriously wrong. Now, next thing that I want to do is start that bad boy up like that, and then right. It takes a while to get the crab thing going. There we go. Right, the crab thing's going, and Mr. Smudo is off and emptying out as well. There's Petro going up that side. This is fantastic. Look at us both crabbing around the outsiders, just doing a circle now, all the way through it. This is absolutely brilliant. I like this. I think this is fantastic. I might actually see if we can get a little bit of a just a little bit of a video or a screenshot, because I know that Petro sometimes records bits of this. Whether he records all of it, I'm not sure. So we'll see if we can get the two of these running one behind the other, so that he can record. I'll let him go in front, and then he can record it, and it should be a bit easier for him to catch me in the screen as well, going along behind him, up across the field. Because I think that could look quite cool, because he often will post some screenshots of that on the Discord as well, and I think that's going to look quite cool, these two things crabbing up across the field like this. I like that. Why crabbing? Well, the reason that you would crab a machine like this is to avoid compaction. Like, if you notice, each of those wheels, none of those wheels are actually running down the line of the previous wheel. That one there in the middle is actually lined up right in between all of those wheels at the back. And it's very carefully engineered like that to make sure that they don't meet up like that, right? They're absolutely very, very carefully done to make sure that that doesn't happen. You don't want them meeting up at all. You want them to stay separate, so that as you head down across the field, you spread the weight, because this is a very, very heavy machine, right? The weight of this is quite remarkable. And if you're heading down across the field with this huge, great big machine, that's going to be putting a lot of pressure, there's a lot of downwards pressure on the field in general, so compaction is going to be a very, very serious problem. So that's why they have it in crabbing mode. They don't always use it, but it is quite frequently used. It's used enough that it's definitely worth the effort of engineering it as a possibility into the machine, to spread that weight out across the entire field, so that it doesn't run those 6 wheels all in a line and do some major, major compaction damage to the surface of the field. So it's quite carefully and cleverly engineered like that in order to prevent that compaction. There you go. Is geography lesson in school better in the UK these days? I'm hoping it is, because the geography lesson that was in school when I was there, announcing that we're making Danish bacon in Holland, Zealand in the Netherlands, that was pretty poor. That was the sort of thing that I should be utterly ashamed of. Okay, I'll drop that one out. Smudo has decided to come down to us. I was going to go over the other side, be ready for him. So if I do that, he can. We will unload into him, and this will also give Petro a chance to catch up with us. And then I'm going to do that thing. So I'm going to let him go in front. He's going to go onto this bit, and then hopefully, if all goes well, he'll then be able to get at least a screenshot or two or something like that, and we can have us both crabbing up across the field, and we'll probably be able to see it on Discord a little bit later. Discord link in the description down below if you're interested in joining. How's he going that fast, Hydrofeet? It's a modded one. Most of the vehicles that we use are Stevie mods. Stevie has a page. I don't know if there is a link in the description down below for Stevie's mods. If there isn't, then head over onto Discord for a look for it, and you will be able to find information about Stevie Mods on there. Now, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go up this way, and I'm going to start doing some work in front of where Patrio is, so that we can get up to the end of the row, and then I'm hoping we can get the two of us going in a line, one behind the other. I want him to go first, so I'm just going to do this bit right here. I'm just going to cheekily stick in front of him like that and just finish this row up, so that we can have the two of us working down the field. We're going to have the two of us together in a line, and then he'll be able to do it, and hopefully he'll get some screenshots of it. If not, I'll try and get some screenshots out of my recording, but he does normally get some. So if I tidy that bit, like that, and hopefully Petro will be able to get a bit more of it. And I'll start up across here as well, so that he can then follow me. Well, he won't need to start at this end. He'll be able to go and start on the bit that I was working on over there. About halfway down across the field, Mr. Petro, I'm hoping that you will be able to go and get that bit. And then you can carry on with that, and I will keep going with this bit. And then it'll be the two of us going side by side. Yes, he's on his way up across there. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. You know it's going to be good. Right, no, I haven't enabled the crab steer yet. I've now enabled crab steer mode. There we go. Going up across the field right there. Petro is going to go and engage his vehicle right there, and then we'll have the two of us in tandem up across the field. Hey, Frith, everybody from the Netherlands are called Dutch. It does not matter what province you are from. Okay, ideal. I'm glad I've cleared that up, actually. I'm very glad I've cleared that up. Look at this. This is fantastic. Me and Petro, brothers in arms. Look at that. That is absolutely brilliant. Is that not absolutely fantastic? We're actually... Oh, that is awesome. That is absolutely brilliant. I'm going to let him pull just ahead, just a little tiny bit just there. There we go. It's a little bit more realistic looking, that is. I think that is fantastic. Oh, this is so cool. Is that not absolutely brilliant? Two of us right there. I like this. I really, really like this. I mean, we can actually travel a little bit closer together. We don't really want to, because that's just going to cause trouble. Oh, his is actually traveling slower than mine. I didn't realise his was travelling slower, but it still looks very, very cool. Oh, wait, I know why. I bet I know why. You got a different coloured header there. I bet you got a game standard header. I'm going to bet that you got a game standard header there, and that's why it's not moving so speedily. Alright, I'll do that. And then I'll come on round. Like that. Okay, as yours is going slower, Patreon, I'm going to be really rude, and I'm going to cut in front now, and I'm going to go dashing up across the field. So I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to go whizzing up across the field again. Otherwise, we're all going to get bored with just watching the harvest. We've got some beautiful shots of that. I'm very pleased with it. I'm absolutely delighted that we got that. And then I should be able to engage the crab steer mode once more. Fantastic. Okay, that is working quite nicely there. And then we should be able to get the rest of it all the way through without any problems whatsoever. Okay, let's go and see. So yeah, Duck Zorley, welcome. Did I say hello, Ducky? I don't know if I said hello or not. If I didn't, I'm very sorry. Hello and welcome to the stream, Mr. Duck Zorley. Good morning, Frithgar and all. He has just dragged his carcass out of bed because over there in Australia, it's still early morning. Petro Gracemark is also in Australia, and it is also early morning for him. You can tell which of these two gentlemen are used to getting out of bed bright and early. Now, when I say used to getting out of bed bright and early, I'm not meaning to sort of sound as though I'm talking down about Mr. Duck Zorley. Heaven forbid. If I was going to do that, I'd make it much more obvious. But Petro, when he says he's going to get up early, he gets up at something like 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. What the rest of us call the middle of the night, that's his standard morning start, and off he goes. And yeah, well, I know what that's like because I used to have to do that when I did shift work in factory, because we used to start at 5 a.m. and that was when you had to be on the shop floor at 5 a.m. So you used to get out a little bit earlier than 5 a.m. You would go along and go to... you'd want to be in there and starting to get changed by... Hang on, let me... Oh, I want to lower that one down like that. There. Right, that's better. You want to be in the factory and starting to get changed by 4 so that you can get on the shop floor and let your other half go. Because you'd 12-hour shifts, so the person you relieved would then come in and relieve you. So you made sure you were in there by 4:30, which meant you were getting up at about 3:30, so you had time for a bite to eat and coffee before you cruised off to work. So I'm used to getting... I did have to get up at that time, once upon a time, long time ago. I missed a little strip there. Never mind. My driving is not all that good. Right. Mr. Duxorley, what? Listen up. Listen here, you pineapple freak. I get up at 5 a.m. every day for work. Forgive me for having a sleep in when I can. And noisy rugrats don't wake me up. You got to remember that this is Ducky's Saturday morning. And I know that some of you are going to say, look, give the poor bloke a break. He's obviously not had any coffee yet. I'm going to have to respectfully agree to disagree with you there, because this is Ducky after he's had coffee. I'm trying to catch you, Smuds. Trying to catch you, dude. This is Ducky after the coffee, right? Ducky before the coffee is that's why he doesn't come on here before he's had the coffee, because nothing he says would show up in the chat anyway. It would all get blocked out. And oh no, you didn't say hello, feeling the love. Well, I was distracted. It wasn't my fault. I got distracted. You can't blame me for that. It was all Smoodo's fault. Hang on, I'm having a look down through, and what is the name of the language in Netherlands? That's Dutch, isn't it? Colin Miller. I watched, you live in Australia? No, well, I don't live in Australia. Ducky lives in Australia, and Patrio Gracemark does on here. I'm from the UK. I'm from Cornwall in the UK, right down in the southwest. There you go, Mr. Smuds, completely done. Bring that one on down there. Be very careful. This is we got threats from Ducky now. He's threatening us now. I still have I still have admin rights. I can jump in and admonish you personally. Okay, we'll be good. We'll be good, Mr. I was going to say Mr. Smuds. That's not Mr. Smuds. That's Mr. Ducky. Right. Let's lower that bad boy down there, and away we go. Ah, Mr. Patrio has corrected the issue. He's now got the fast one. He's gone and got the new header. That's the Stevie header on there. We had, well, I think it was one of the game standard headers, which is why he was going slower. So we've both got the fast ones. I did wonder originally why it was a slightly different shade of yellow, but that would explain it. Everything has been explained. Frithgar is not worthy of living in Australia. Yeah, I stopped in there. Pedro says I should have done that ages ago. Yeah, it definitely makes a difference, doesn't it? The old game standard speed for crawling up across the field does get a bit tedious after a while. It definitely does get a bit tedious after a while. You soon start to get fed up with it. Okay, now I'll change that over again, and I should start crabbing across the field. There we go. Right, it's engaged properly into the crab mode, and off we trot. This is looking good. I got 40% full on here. Bremple is whizzing up through, busy doing the cultivating. He's not got much left. Okay, he's not got much left at all, really. He's going to be cultivating up our crop in no time at all. I'm hoping that we'll get this finished before then. We should do, before he reaches us. I'm hoping that. Hang on. Dutch is my... about Dutch. Oh, Frithgar... they speak Dutch over in the Netherlands, and it's my mother tongue, so... Not for me, but it probably is if you don't speak English or German yet. I think. But yeah. Do I have a PS4? And can you join the server? Right. To join the server, we have a server. If you join our Discord, we have a server that is up and running 24/7 that you're able to use. It's not on this map. It's up and running 24/7. It is closed temporarily for the live stream once every 2 weeks. And then I do this live stream where a few people are able to join. To be able to join the live stream, you've got to be in my Great Book of Names. And that is if you make any kind of donation to me whatsoever, whether it's through the super chat system, the super stickers, or however you want to do it like that, or if you make a donation on Patreon, there's a link to that one in the description down below, you are automatically put into the Great Book of Names. You can also join the Great Book of Names through being an active member of the community, going sort of above and beyond what people normally do, and you can join, you can earn your way into the Great Book of Names like that. So that's not an instant thing. If you pay money, it's instant. Obviously, if you don't, one thing about this channel is I will always have a way for you to, if there's something that is available to people who pay me money, then they'll also find a way for it to be available to people who don't. Other than merchandise. Merchandise is different because obviously that's got to be paid for. But things like this, I don't lock it completely behind a paywall, right? It's definitely not. I don't like that idea. Never liked that idea. So it is available for free. It just takes a while to earn it. And then people who are in the Great Book of Names, you get mentioned in videos, you get things named after you in videos, and you have the option to join us in the live streams as well. If you're not particularly worried about the live stream, and you know the Great Book of Names thing, you're not interested in that, you can come and just join the Discord server, and the multiplayer server on the Discord is available for everybody to use. Right? It is available 24/7 for everybody to use, and that's like all the time, 24/7. That is what 24/7 means. But it's available for everybody to use. Right? You are all allowed. You are all welcome. You are welcome to come along and play on the multiplayer server. Now there are rules on the multiplayer server. There are some rules on the Discord. I would urge you to read the rules for the Discord before you start talking and chatting and everything. So there are some rules on there, and there are some rules on the server as well. Just read them, follow along, and everybody can have fun. It's quite active sometimes. Other times it's a little bit quiet, but I have noticed when I sort of look back through the chat, like there's different times I'll go to bed and then I'll wake up in the morning and have a read through the chat and see there's been like a dozen people have been playing right through what's the night for me on the multiplayer on the server. Been doing all sorts of stuff on there, and they've started. There's a thing that's started now where people are sort of like making a log on the Discord server as well, reporting what they've done as they've done it, so and keeping everybody informed and up to date with all that's been going on. It's absolutely brilliant. So there's a load of people there, and you can all take part in it anytime you want. If you'd like to join the live stream, you do need to sign up to that in advance via the Discord. And like I said, you've also got to drop the beat. Thank you very much, Mr. Bowen, sir. Thank you for the support. That is absolutely brilliant of you. Let me just skew this one round sideways like that. There we go. Yeah, you come and join the Discord, and then I think it's in another week's time, they will open up Smooderlini and Jimmy J will open it up so that people can start signing up for the live stream, so that they can come along and join the live stream in 2 weeks' time. And that's the way it works, is that they open it all up so that people can sign up for the live stream and declare their intent to join the live stream and join in with us here and have a bit of fun. And then anybody that signs up, you turn up on the evening for the live stream, and you get assigned all sorts of different jobs. And if there's anybody new, I will make sure that I spend a bit of time doing some work with you at some point during the stream. And I do try to jump around as many people as I can. This particular job here took a little bit longer than the jobs normally do. I will admit that. But I did specify before I started that I'm particularly exhausted this evening, so I didn't want to do like too much jumping around. Right, let me bring this one back over to here. That is it for us. We are done now. Sugar beeting is all finished. Let's bring this one up here like this. Jazz for your soul, Dr. Berry. Oh, Doc Berry over on the server. Jazz for your soul. Yes. Yeah, it's a brilliant idea, and it's actually proving to be quite popular. This putting that in. So there we go. This is that person right there, Jazz for Your Soul, is the one that started this whole thing with the doing the reports. It's basically it's a report that he's written up, and it looks really cool. It's a farm log, and he's making it like an official log of everything that he's done. And a lot of us thought that it was some kind of mod or something that he was using, but it's not. It's just the way that he was typing it up. It does look really cool. It's a genuinely brilliant idea. I really do like it. And there's a lot of other people that have come from that. It's absolutely wonderful. It was a really, really good idea. So there is quite a lot of people that join our Discord server and spend quite a lot of time playing on the multiplayer server. And the more the merrier, right? The more people we have on there, the better it becomes, because that's the whole point of the multiplayer, is doing it in a group. So when you've got 5 or 6 people on there, it's a lot more interesting than it is with just one person at a time. Obviously, there's going to be times when there's just 1 or 2 people on, or no people at all. Sometimes we have quiet periods, and sometimes we have insanely busy periods. But yeah, it's all there for everybody to use. Now, do I have a PS4? I do have a PS4. What is your username? I'm not telling anybody my username on the PS4, mainly because I don't really use it very much, and my kids use that. And I don't accept friend requests or anything via the PS4 or the Xbox One or via my Steam account. And I also don't accept personal friend requests on anything else either. I just don't accept personal friend requests apart from those people that I know personally. So not through here. So yes, I appreciate that there are those of you that would like to be able to play stuff with me and do things like that. But unfortunately, I do have to say no, because I literally don't have time for it. And I don't do very much on the PS4 anyway. Mr. Smuds, how are we?
That is smooth, long drawn you, not smuts.
It says Smuds. I've seen it.
Yeah, that's not how you pronounce it.
It is in English.
Yeah, who cares about English?
I'm an English speaker.
German.
I'm an English speaker, and everybody knows that English means that everybody else has to bow to our superior knowledge and wisdom, don't they? Is that not how it works?
Dream on. What you might be doing for the remainder of the stream, I reset it. 3 leased tractors to the shop.
Yeah.
What I want you to do is return them and buy the exact same tractors to have us own them.
Where is this mystery? Oh, there it is. I find it. Let's go to the shop.
Yes.
Ah, these big beasties.
Yeah.
Right.
The biggest engine setting possible. GPS, don't forget that. And
how do I sell them? Where's the sell point?
On the right side, next to the John Deere baler prop.
Ah, there we go. I found it. Right, we'll bring this bad boy in over here. Cherry bye. Stop you right there. And... right, we'll go into here like this, and I will return that one. Yes. You currently do not have permission to return vehicles or tools.
Oh, 1 second. Let me...
Smud, you tool.
That.
You messed that one up, didn't you?
Oh no, now I kicked you from the server. Okay, there you go.
Alright, Hydra Feet. If you'd really like to make a donation to be able to get into the Book of Names in a hurry, you could try Patreon. Try Patreon. There is a link in the description down below.
Once you bought the 3 tractors, don't run away. I will probably reset a 4th one for you to return and buy the same one in. But I waited because I'm not sure if the money is enough.
I see. Right. Okay. So I've returned those 2. We've got a blue one and a yellow one.
Yeah, the Challenger articulated and the new 99.
And I'll go and get the case over here, and I get that one sold. Okay. No, returned. Start that bad boy up. And Colin Miller, I don't play FS19 on PS4 anyway. I only play on PC. Right, let's bring that one in there like that. is Frithgar your real name? No, Frithgar is not my real name. Frithgar is a name I invented once upon a time, many years ago, when I needed to come up with a name, and I just liked the sound of it. It just rolled off the tongue, so I kept it. Now, where is the actual shop bit? Is that the shop? That's not the shop bit. Where's... No. Of course that's not the shop bit. So where's the actual purchase point? There is no purchase point. I need a purchase point. How can I... Is that it right there? There's an orange light right there, but there's no actual symbol. Ha ha ha! It is there! And it does work. Okay, it teleports me very weirdly off to the side. That is slightly jarring, the way it does that. It is absolutely slightly jarring. Bim Bam Gaming, Gold Rusher game, will you come back to that, Frith? Probably not, to be honest. And not unless there are some really big changes to it. Ultimately, I started to find it just a little bit too frustrating to be enjoyable. And that's why I moved away from it. Now, am I supposed to be buying the Stevie version of these or the game standard version? That's what I don't know. Game standard or Stevie version. If I go there, quad track, I've got a bigger engine setup, but did I have a bigger engine setup on the game standard? Oh yes, it does. Right, I'll go with the game standard version because we don't want to we don't need to recolor them. I do want that universal passenger all users and buy. So we'll go with the game standard versions. Somebody said go with the Stevie ones. Oh, I don't know if I should. Well, it's a bit late now. I've gone with the game standard now. All users, yes, and let's go with triples. There's no reason why not. And we'll go with the biggest engine setup, 646. Buy that bad boy right there. Excellent. And back out again. And then I want to go to the T9.
Of course, the Stevie ones, Frith.
Go with the Stevie ones. What's the difference?
The power.
They're bigger, are they?
A bit, yeah.
Let's have a look. T9 565, biggest one. 1,165 horsepower. Okay, that is a bit more powerful, granted. Just a little bit. Right, so we get that one there. We'll buy that one, yes. Does that mean I've got to sell the other two and buy them back again?
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Because the quad track from Stevie, what's that one? That's also 1165. That is a bit more horsepower, but then those should be all right, shouldn't they? Right, we've got some big old tractors here. Some new big truck. What happened to the case? Where'd that one go?
I think Bramble grabbed that one and already started working it.
Oh, right. Oh, he's rushed off with that one. He liked that one, did he? What are you doing with that one?
If you could, I want you to return that one and grab and buy the same one back in. And why did you go for triple wheels?
Why not? You didn't tell me not to. At no point did you specify that they had to be double wheels.
I said buy the exact same tractors.
I did buy the exact same tractor. I just gave it something
with
extra.
The exact same setup is what I said.
I gave it an extra. It was a freebie.
I'm gonna give you an extra too. Just wait until you go offline, dude.
Right, just trust me on this. It was buy two, get one free on the wheels. I couldn't turn down an offer like that. Right? You cannot turn down buy two, get one free. That is a seriously good offer. Right? I had no choice. I had to do it. It wasn't my fault. Anyway, people in the chat think this is good. Triples for the win. Right there. We've got it in black and white. Triples for the win. Now, where is this? Fent, 1100. And engine setup right there. 1165. Okay. Wheel setup. 3.5 joules. 3 meter standard. Okay. Global positioning, yes. And we want something like that. And okay, that looks sufficiently good. That should make him happy. Okay. Right. There. Exactly what you asked for, Mr. Smudo. Exactly what you requested.
Yeah, I'm not in the mood for that stuff today, so I'm not gonna. I refrain from commenting.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, in the comments section, did I overdo it with this? Do you think I should go and get the standard colours, or do you think that I should leave it as it is?
Finish the stream. I'll be off then.
Thank you very much, Mr. Smudo. So, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Last final vote. Should I change this to standard colours, or should we keep this one? Smudo is going to rip you a new one. Love it, leave it, go for standard, leave it as it is. I did get the GPS. We've got the GPS, yeah, so it's there on the side. So far, I think you should obey Smudo. No, keep it, go for standard colours. Keeping it is slightly in the lead at the moment. Go for standard colours, keep it, and set it up as Baby Shark, according to Ryder. Standards, there's only one Skittles family. Standard is starting to win out a little bit. Starting to win out. Please keep. This is, I tell you what, this is pretty close. This is pretty close. Absolutely not, just easier to identify it after it gets stolen. Keep it. It looks like keep it is actually just pulling out into the lead. We're going to have to keep it. We've got no choice. We've got absolutely no choice, unfortunately. There we go. Pink for life. Hydra feet. All right, we'll keep it. We will take this one back over to the farm. Keep it just wins out. Only just. It was pretty close on that one. It was pretty close. So, anyway, that is all we have time for the stream. We will be back with this stream again in 2 weeks' time. If you would like to join, then you will need to join the Discord server, and there is a link to that one in the description down below. It's a link to another YouTube video. The link to the actual server is on that other video. The details, everything, all you'll need to know about the server is on the Discord, and you'll be able to find out everything on there. Please do read the rules of the Discord before you start chatting, so that all confusion can be avoided. Thank you very much to everybody that came along and joined us this evening on the stream. It was absolutely fantastic to have you all here. Thank you very much to the moderators who have dedicated themselves to keeping us all on the straight and narrow, keeping everything neat and tidy as we go along. And, of course, thank you very much to Mr. Smuds for putting up with me this evening. And this thing is sliding around an awful lot. And organising everything in the background. He not only tries his best to keep me in order, but he gives out the jobs and tells everybody else what to do. They're not just mindlessly running around. Smudo keeps them all on the straight and narrow and gives them all jobs to do. So anyway, thank you very much to everybody and to all of you who joined the stream, and I will see you in the next one. So if you've enjoyed the stream, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to go and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.